Like I told you at the top of the show, we have some very special guests with us in the place tonight. Nambo Robinson alongside I-Taweh, doing it for real with you. We're going to get right into some music. First up, off the album Overload, big tune, thing called The Long Road. Yo, that's right, family. It's a long road for real. Yo, we've been telling you from the top of the show that we have some very special guests in the place tonight. And what a joy and an honor it really is to have these ones-to-ones here with I. One, you know what I mean? A bassy, a gitsy that we've been seeing for decades doing things in a serious way, touring with some of the biggest names in reggae music. We saw him putting bands together for Sugar Minot. We saw him touring the world. We saw him playing with Mystic Revelations of Rastafari, and of course, most recently, doing his thing with the Reggae Lions. Serious artist who you just heard from, man like I-Taweh. The next man we got, Nambo Robinson. This is a man been playing trombone for countless of decades, it feels at this time. You know what I mean? Recording with, again, all the greatest legends of reggae music, all the way back to Bob Marley and Dennis Brown and Gregory Isaac, and I mean, even some of the contemporary pop artists today. So we're giving thanks for so much power and strength in the place tonight. What a joy it really is. We're just coming off a, you know what I mean, a glorious show, just full of vibes down there Monday night at Cosmic here in Eugene. And what a joy it is. We got a couple more shows coming up with these brethren. Reggae Lions doing the tour. They got Williams next, up to Seattle and then Portland and on from there. So without any further ado, though, we just got to bring them into the program and welcome the session. So yes, Nambo I-Taweh, blessed love, brethren, welcome to the program.
Give thanks. Yes, I.
Yes, so tell us a little bit about this current project, the Reggae Lions, and what the item are doing with the music right now.
Yes, sir. Right now it's just a promotion, you know. We're just promoting the music as usual, making the people hear what's going on, what's new, you know, and even what's old too, you know, for real. Because without coming out here, the people won't know what we're doing. So right now we're just doing the groundwork, you know, building the foundation, you know.
That's what's up, and we got the album Overload that we love to play down here. We get requests for all the while, so some serious things there. Let's wheel and pull real quick and, you know what I mean, come from the top a little bit. I-Taweh, we know a little bit about your story. You know what I mean, you come up in country and, you know, start off with the Gitsy thing and check Kingston a little bit, and then we see you team up with Sugar and, I mean, High Symbol. Tell us your story a little bit.
Yeah, as we say, it's a long road, Natty. I mean, you know, coming from far, from Prickly Pole, up in the hills of St. Ann. You know, most people don't even know if you pronounce that name, you know, because it's so, you know, far, way out. So we tried out from Prickly Pole and, you know, we start doing music at Otrius High School.
Right.
Yeah, that's where we start, you know, figure out so we have a little, I mean, me and him in church as a kid back then.
True, fullness.
Yeah, before we even get to school. So, yeah, we know we have a vibe for music from early youth days, but then, you know, we realize that, yeah, if we want to play reggae music or the music we grew up to love on the radio, we have to, like, move to Kingston and spend a little time in the ghetto, you know, see what happened really on the streets, because the sound is coming from the cry of the people in the street. So, yeah, you can't just be isolated in a little corner and feel like it's going to be all coming to you. You're going to have to be going out there and meeting with the people and greeting with the people, you know. So we move on to Kingston and spend some time with some brethren called the band called the I-Symbol, Bingy Lied,
big thing,
Bubble and Jeremy, yeah, my brethren, you know. So yeah, from I-Symbol, I have a brethren who was, you know, a friend with Sugar Minor, there in the band, and there like took us over by Sugar one time, and Sugar like the vibe with look a young musician them, and yeah. Sugar is a godfather who always give young people a chance, you know. Him have the youth promotion,
full time,
you know, get to youth, all those things. So yeah, we give thanks, you know, because back then when somebody like Sugar, well-renowned artist, like, you know, stretch out and say, yeah man, we love this youth and want to take him on tour with me and things, it's a big thing. One of them look at you like I who don't know what the next move is gonna be. And then you realize that, you know what, I have something inside me, because it must be something. Even me don't even see it yet, but you know, him see it and like give me a chance, and then me go out and prove myself, and it just keep moving from sugar. Then we move, you know, to Mystic Revelation of Rastafari, and tell the truth, I was still playing with all them band at the same time. So when it's not one, it's the next.
Right.
So music was just constantly playing natty, you know, but I still wasn't satisfied during all the trial. You know, I know I've been writing songs and I know I need to sing them at some point.
Right.
So, you know, just have to bust out like a river at some day, you know.
Truly.
So that's how I-Taweh come around, you know, from Danny Gitz.
Yeah, it's right, Danny Gitz.
Yeah, man.
Man like Donovan, Danny Gitz, that's what's up.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Cool. All right, and then, so now we seeing the singing thing, and Overload is the I's first full-length, the I, you know what I mean, frontman singing whole vibe. That's right, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yeah, man, write and record, you know, and all that stuff with the album too, so it's a whole, you know, it's a whole building with Overload. Overload took me like a lot of years to even finish that album, you know.
Right.
I have to like just shut my hands, just, you know, put even demo, even whatever.
True.
It wasn't finished, just to start somewhere, you know.
Sing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, I do want to reason in a minute too about that aspect of the industry and the pace that things move at, and you know those things. But I definitely want to get a chance to introduce Nambo a little more. Bredgen, I mean, elder in this tribe, really, you know, I mean, so much respect for the works the I has been doing and for a long time. Could the I tell a little bit of the I story, how you came into the music and thing?
It's a long tradition, you know. From way back, you know, the kind of, you know, the early 70s there. Late 60s, early 70s.
Wow.
Link up with an ancient friend, an old friend of mine, who knew me from I was a little child, you know. And just by chance, he came into Rockfort with a little band that he had. It's a what you call National Volunteers Organization at the time. It don't exist anymore.
I see.
They had a youth arm and they had a band and a sports arm, you know. But he was in charge of the music.
True.
So I wasn't even there when he came into Rockfort, Rock Isles. It's just some brethren of mine come show me and say, them see some youth play some music and I read music and all them think that everybody was excited about it. I said, wow, you know. Because in the community at that time, you never get exposed to that kind of thing, they're too tough. So the man come tell me, says, a little man from around Oliver Road, the teacher, little man named Baby Brian.
Okay.
Alfred O'Brien, actually. Them call him Baby Brian. But a small stature, you know, small man.
True.
With a powerhouse. One of Jamaica's great saxophonists that a lot of people didn't hear about. Because he usually played most of the live stuff, never recorded much, you know.
Right.
Cut a long story short, he left an address with them, with the brethren them who was at the concert. Said if they want to learn, they should come check him. So I just tried to do you know. So when I go, he said, wait, are you? Because he know me from like my 5, you know.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it comes to me now, like what age, 17, 18 now, after many them years that passed, you know. So that's how I actually start. First time I touch an instrument.
Wow.
It was that day.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
And we just tried on from there. So Mystic Revelation, We the People, Barris Gardner, you name it.
Wow.
We just Cedric Kim Brooks and Lighter Saba.
Wow, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
it's a long, and we give thanks every moment, you know, because, you know, it was a constant learning experience up to this day.
Right.
Because I always find myself in a position where I'm always at the starting of things.
True.
And we give thanks, because it's a great feeling. You don't make a lot of money, but your heart is filled with joy.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
That's perspective. We give thanks.
We give thanks.
See. So how did the man them link? How did this, you know what I mean, the last few times we've seen the I-Taweh in the area, Nambo, you've been alongside, and we've had the blessing and the privilege to have that fullness in the house. How did I them link?
Mystic Revelation.
It was Mystic Revelation. Wow.
Yes, right.
Okay, and that was in the 90s time? Is that in the mid-90s or late 90s? Or?
The 2000.
2000.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
2000.
just begin
Because
2000.
when we come out of my youth, them times
Yeah,
still.
True.
Yeah, man. But I was absent when he first come on Mystic. I wasn't even around at the time.
Okay.
I was absent 'cause I was up skipping all over the place, doing sessions, doing all kind of stuff.
Right.
But that's where my roots is, you know.
Right.
Because right account has the.
I think all I roots are in Kaunazi, you know. I mean.
No, well, literally,
See.
I grew there, so.
Yes.
Grew up amongst them, man. Before I even knew I was going to be a musician.
Wow.
I was there.
True.
You know what I mean? Siriko come through, Donald Drummond come through, Tommy McCook, Dizzy Johnny Moore. I was just there. At that time, I didn't even know what I was going to do with my life, you know.
My gosh.
But we just did it with the rest of our bridges, you know.
Wow.
Archives. That's how man grow, you know.
Right, and so for the ones, you know what I mean, listening, if you don't really cite the fullness of reggae music, a lot of ones attribute that time period, those vibes right there, to the origin of a lot of what I are dealing with. Kaunazi and, you know what I mean, taking the bingy yard and doing some things with it to make music in a tradition that became, you know what I mean, on the levels of what we saw Bob Marley bringing to the world, you know. And so
True.
every time we pay full respect to Kaunazi and, of course, all right, so I don't know. I know the man then brought some instruments down. You want to give us a selection or acoustic piece already in this time, or?
Yeah, man, we can do something for the island.
All right.
Find something for the island, you know.
Cool.
Rolling Stone.
Let's start strumming time and pick up the beat differently, you know.
We're going to do one called Rolling Stone because, you know, we like Rolling Stone on the road, just treading all over and playing the music. And sometimes the road is like we're home, you know. So we have to write some songs like that sometimes. So check this one. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ooh, yeah. Said I'm like a rolling stone. Leave me alone. Many miles away from home. Yeah. Leave me alone. I'm like a dog without a bone, and I'm really missing home. Leave me alone. I'm like a king without a throne, and I'm looking for my gold. Leave me alone. So I'm gone. I'm gone on the road again. Ooh. I've been gone for so long. Don't remember when. We done California, Montana, and Salt Lake, Utah. Now we there Colorado. Tonight we've got a show, we gonna play on the Rango. You want to see I in a Europe. Every stop when we make it no flap, it full up. In a France and in a Germany, them say them ready, and them want I-Taweh. Ooh, the Rolling Stone. Leave me alone. So many miles away from home. Leave me alone. Said I'm like a dog without a bone, and I'm really missing home. Leave me alone. I'm like a king without a throne, and I'm looking for my gold. Leave me alone. That is why I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm on the road again. Ooh. I've been gone for so long. I'll be back again. Ooh. And for all those places I haven't been, pretty soon my face you'll see, and my music you shall hear, playing a melody in your ear. The Rolling Stone. Hey, leave me alone. So many miles away from home. Leave me alone. That is why I'm gone. I'm gone. I'm on the road again. Ooh. I've been gone for so long. I'll be back again. I'll be back again. I'll be back again.
Oh, yo, so sweet every time. That voice, the vibes, the music, everything. We give so much thanks. And yo, those vibes, that's real, you know. We love, because the album has such a nice diversity to it, you know. There's kind of just the cool back chillin' Empress vibes on it. There's some serious heavy, like, you know what I mean, street violence and real talk about, like the I was saying, coming to Kingston and seeing the fullness, Braveheart, right,
Yes,
as an example, exactly, and just some uplifting, positive words for the ones to live by, and you know what I mean, I'm thinking of like Live Gracefully and tunes like that, and of course story tunes like Long Road, which we've heard, and you know what I mean, other tribulations like the title track Overload. So we see that diversity and we love it, and we're seeing a new layer put upon it now about the road some more, so we give him thanks.
Thank you.
Really and true, what a joy. So yo, I want to talk about the music a little bit. I mean, of course that's what we're here talking about, but DI brings like a particular musicality to it, and I'm sure a certain element of that comes from being a player of instruments for so long, and more recently having the opportunity to have the guy's voice heard and the lyrics as a element in it too. But we're in a time where we're hearing a lot of digital production happen, things in computers, fewer use of instruments, everything's coming in that 80 to 100 beats per minute kind of a range, and things just aren't the way it used to be with musicality and the way that phrasing used to happen, and the way that, you know, I mean, instruments were used to create a mood and set a mood, and the way that tempo sort of spoke to the soul rather than just the ego, really. Could I talk a little bit more about what the guy's doing with music in that way?
Yeah, I would have to say to each his own when it comes to all of that vibe. Because
we're not condemning nothing, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, the youths, them, you still have to just make them please themselves to a certain dimension. But
True.
You know, I have to stick to what I know and what give I the kick.
Right.
You know, and roots is what make me feel that tingle in my blood. You know, so I have to stick with that and keep playing that, because that me know King, and you know makes sense. Me try if be the biggest producer and do some different thing out of my, you know, I mean, not even say out of my comfort zone, because every artist sometime, you know, you go sing something and somebody in the studio might say, hey man, you wanna try something, like you wanna do this, so you have to be ready for like stuff like that. But when it comes to, you know, staying true to your creator,
True,
and to yourself, I mean, that's something you can't go around that. So, you know, I mean, you might hear my music sound a little different from, I wouldn't even say different because me just a catch on to the good things, the good soul. The brother Nambo them play before we come out there. So, I mean, seriously, and I'm not new, but me just want to stay true to that sound.
Right.
You know, and I realize, say, you know, I travel the world and realize that people still playing the good rock and the good hip hop,
Right.
and the good soul and the good R&B.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to still play good reggae music. We can't just leave it to go to another. I mean, wherever they want to take it still. I mean, might be the thing to make the millions.
Right.
You understand me? Which, I don't have nothing against that. I mean, but me still want to stay true to my heart and my soul and just do that, you know, because, yeah, me have some fans too, you know. Me have my little youth, them have them requests.
Right.
And they say, Daddy, you can't play this to me. Daddy, you want to play this to me. So, them things make me feel good, Natty. I mean, you know, that alone make me feel really good.
That's what's
It
up.
not really bring me no money, but, I mean, if you don't feel a joy doing your work, you know, it makes sense to do it.
What about this thing, relevancy? People talk about relevancy. Is it important to stay relevant?
It's important to stay relevant, but it's still important to stay true and original.
True.
And that doesn't mean that you should leave the thing you built on just because you want to, you know, stay relevant.
True.
You know?
I love the humility, man, talking like nobody's ever heard of the I, but we know that the I is, you know, I mean, people the world over love the I and love the I's music. And I would say that the I is making old-time roots music relevant again in a lot of ways. I think that the way the I is addressing the music is doing a lot to make the music relevant once again. Is it challenging to take those lessons in the musicality of the old-time music and to maybe change the message ever subtly, you know what I mean, to make it a message for the youth today?
It's easy. It's natural because, I mean, playing the roots is something that, as I say, I'm feeling it already. Where it's not something I'm trying to go learn or like feel for the roots because that used to be the roots. And like what them. I mean, I just find myself with it. I just find that myself that, you know, you have some roots in you, with, you know, just like the thing you grew up listening to.
True.
And, you know, I mean, I give thanks for that. So, you know, the relevance, it come in, you know, automatic, like that. You know, so.
I hear that.
Yeah, man. And the youth, I mean, reaching the youth today, I know you may feel like, you know, you have to place it and mix it, you know, for another level. But trust me, even in Jamaica right now, if you listen to a lot of the youths, them, the younger youths, them, than me, some roots, them playing.
Right.
You know, I mean, I don't know if it's a generation thing or what, decade or what, but, you know, for real, for a minute, Jamaica kind of, you know, not really focus on them thing too much.
Right.
But recently, coming again, a lot of youths really like them realize what's going on and them need to take up the whip because what we create already, you know, there's no more genre of music.
Right.
It's all created.
True.
So reggae music, you know, we need to just keep playing reggae music. If you love reggae music, you know, you gotta have your people out there who gotta support you, play it still. So,
True.
you know, it might not be everyone, but, you know,
yeah, we feel it on the rise, like the guy's saying, you know, and we seeing all the youth them in that kind of revival movement they talking about, but we just seen a general resurgence of bands. We seeing a lot of bands coming out of Jamaica and getting a name again as a band, you know. For a long time we were so focused on the artists. We're seeing bands.
Revival vibe still, you know.
Yes,
It's not. Well, I understand it to a point when the youth them say revival, you know? But this music never heard yet. This music never have no pain.
We don't need to revive.
This music is a vehicle where express life
this
in all
music
forms.
revive us, you know.
So the
From
music
long time.
vibrant and alive all the time. You know, revive something that is well and living. Well, you know, no one knock, but you know, I prefer say revolution. Turn it forward. Because
True.
it come forward. You know, but never dead, never got away.
That's a real thing.
It might be out for the periphery there, wait for whosoever will. Guys, a blessing.
Wow. Yeah, that's real right there, and I love that meta, you know. And I don't think that's any disrespect from the youth coming up, right?
No,
man, we love it.
no,
Trust me, man. We love the youth.
None
Them,
take
man.
matter,
We
you
love to
know.
see the youth. Them.
But when I get to talk to them ones and ones, I tell them, say, no, cool down for the revival, you know, because you're alive, and the music lives through you. It continues, and after you, it lives on.
Right.
Because from school, from I was a child at school, very young child.
Right.
Learn a very special poem. Music alone shall live, never shall die.
Right.
All things shall perish from under the sky. So we come forward now at an older age and we look at that and examine that, and guess what we come up with? There is a great orchestra out there. Man, music don't need man. Man need music. Because music always a play.
Yeah, man. It's created
Mother
perfect.
Nature, Father Time, play music constantly.
Created perfect.
The cricket, the birds, you name it. All things in nature that make sound. The trees,
Right.
the wind through the trees.
See.
All this is music. No matter I take it a little bit far, but it's a reality.
You hear it.
It's a
Yeah.
reality.
See it.
So
Truly.
we come forward again when we bless with a genre called reggae. That comes from save Jamaica and possibly the world. God, no more now come after this.
Truly.
See, no more music.
We
No
can't
new
play-
music.
We can't play nothing new.
No new
It's the
music.
same
God,
thing.
this have been everything.
Fullness.
All the elements.
Everything in creation.
When you think of all the elements,
Mhm.
all the other bop, swing,
Mhm.
high life,
Mhm.
all of it in a reggae. Everything in a
It
reggae.
is. Fullness.
Different kind of different compositions at different time. Bring out these. If you listen widely enough, you'll hear different things. Reggae pulling the world of music.
Whole heap of things.
World
See.
of music out there.
and the whole world of music come from reggae in the same way, you know?
It's an exchange. It's a liberty.
The fullness.
It's a liberty.
That's a joy. That's a joy.
Yeah.
As we're talking about the youth same way, I'm curious about the elders. You know, we're seeing a lot of our elders not necessarily getting the respect or getting the strength that they need in this time. And what's the item comment for I&I's youth in our need to support the elders in this time?
Well, we definitely have to, we really have to look out for our elders. That's the first thing. We have to
Mhm.
look out for them and know that we can't leave them alone. And the fathers have to make sure them be there for them kids too.
Right.
It's a good thing
Okay.
because the connection goes a long way.
Right.
What you give is what you get.
See, and I guess kind of what I'm curious of is the in the music industry, of course, we're seeing a lot of youth that maybe don't have a direct connection to the elders, the ones that built this music. And I mean, ones like the and they're coming up and selling out stadiums some of the time now, and being very successful for themselves, while we're seeing generations of ones that built this foundation not having, even any kind of health care or food on the plate enough of the time too. Is there a responsibility of ones that are coming up in something like this, or is it theirs freely to go and do their own thing with?
Yeah, them free to do their own thing, but we have to understand, or understand rather, that we are responsible for each other. Coming from a human family perspective, from that kind of reason. So sometimes when certain things happen like this, that look kind of negative, it's really through ignorance. And sometimes we ourselves as elders have to be blamed, because we are the teachers. So we have to understand that. I talk to my elder brother them all the while. I said, look here, it's not just youth for reach out, all of us for reach.
True.
And touch one-on-one.
True.
See it?
I see it.
See a youth here, man. And I can show you how we communicate and how we like it. And there are others, not just him.
Right.
And him have some youth down here too who look up to him, young musician who look up to Brother Nambo for like
Study,
you know, make them just rehearse and keep the thing going, play music, and just that vibe, because him know that him have to pass it on also, and the youth them remember that. The youth them remember what them get from who and who them get it from,
Sure.
So some of them youth selling out stadiums, them, I mean, we give thanks to all of them, but them remember, them not stupid, them know what's going on, and them still go and them help people.
Right.
But you might not know how much people them help.
This is true.
Right.
Them
Sure.
help a lot of people too, but
Love people. Yeah, I see that. I
yeah,
see that.
man.
All right, family. Well, right now you're in tune to Roots and Culture Radio right here on KWVA Eugene. The item have another song for I?
Yeah, man, we want to do one roots, one roots, like you talk about the roots.
Not but the roots.
Yeah, that's that.
Some are leaves, some are
We'll
branch.
try to look at for the items.
We have to have the root. We have leaf and branch.
This one is called Black Maria, I remember the days when we used to have the Black Maria squad in Jamaica. Yeah. And Rasta come a long way, so check them song. Yeah. Yeah, ba, yeah, ba, yeah. Yeah, ba, yeah, ba, yeah. Yeah, ba, yeah, ba, yeah. Yeah, ba, yeah. Yeah, ba, yeah. Yaba, yeah. Yeah, ba, yeah. I say my heart is a willing, but my flesh is weak, yeah. My heart ain't got a mouth, but my heart do speak. My heart suffer like a butter, tough like a concrete, hey. My heart is real, my heart can feel. Say these are the days when you can't go a shop because the goods them raise, hey. These are the days poor people still a work for the minimum wage. We can't tolerate the things we are going in front of we face, hey. And the devil them a praise, Jah guide I always. So Operation Eradication, Black Maria, hey. We no want no botheration. Or you can't tarry, allow the youths no carry him down a station. If you a peace officer, just allow we make him one a meditation. You will live long. Yeah, ba, yeah. Yeah, ba, yeah. Yeah, ba, yeah. Yaba, yeah. Yeah, ba, yeah. Yaba, yeah. Yeah, ba, yeah. Say these are the days when you can't go a shop because the goods them raise, hey. These are the days poor people still a work for the minimum wage. We can't tolerate the things we are going in front of we face, hey. And the fireman a blaze, burn them always. Yeah, ba, yeah. Yeah, man, Black Maria sing. Yeah, ba, yeah. Yeah, ba, yeah. Yeah, ba, yeah.
Wow. Yo, Radio Land, you feel that? We're feeling it down here in the studio. That's some vibes. Enough, thanks, really and truly. Yo, and some of those levels really even not addressed of what we were just talking about with the elders, because I've had the opportunity to reason with a lot of I personal Rastafari elders about Coral Garden atrocity and just some of the different levels that we're seeing. We're seeing it even in Yard right now. We're seeing evictions at Pinnacle, and, you know, and just some dreadful things going on in the history of Rastafari. As a transition, I wanted to ask the I in particular, and Nambo, I'm not sure the fullness of the I's trod, but about Rastafari. I-Taweh, I know the I checks for His Majesty and, you know, checks for Rastafari. So I was wondering if the I could talk about how you came to know Haile Selassie and how you came to know this trod.
Yeah, I was growing up from a youth, you know. I grew up in the church. All of my people, I'm a Christian, you know. We grew up in the church. But I go to church, but I always find myself more want to hang out with the Rasta, you know, in the dungeons and at the hole, as Bonnie say. Because I feel a certain comfort around the Rasta. And when them talk, it's like, I just feel like me at the church. And it's from my youth, me just know, say, yeah, my places, I guess I need to be. You know, but it was kind of hard, like, living in my home and be a Rasta still. So it was forced, you know, for like, just to try the street, you know, just go live at Kingston when I couldn't even make none of my people them know my address in Kingston for the longest while. Because them would just say, no, come, you're coming back to the country. Right. You know, because when you're seeking, you have to search in, you know, desolate places sometimes to find, you know.
Real
and
talk.
Yeah, man, for real. And even this song I just play for you, you know, it's a serious song because basically, you know, we know the tradition of Rasta in Jamaica. We know all about the shoot first and ask question after, anyway, you see Rasta and all that thing, you know. So, and it was during the time when the Black Maria Squad and, you know, whichever one of the government or whoever said, anyway, you see Rasta shoot first and ask question after. We still remember them things. We forgive, but we not forget. Because, you know, a lot of Rasta in a Carol Garden and all over the place dead for just, you know, hold on to the name of Rastafari and uphold that and live up. So, in this time, we can't take this thing for joke. Because a lot of people really, really go through it rough. You know, I remember one lady said she have to wrap up her Kingman in a mattress and tie it up and lean it up in a corner so the beast them wouldn't kill him, you know. So enough tradition, King. In this song, we never touch the whole thing, but you know, it talk about some of the tribulation we Rasta face, you know. And in my next song, I say Ella top, Ella bottom, and Rasta in the middle, where it's no joke, because we surrounded by, you know, as me say, me nah, you know, call on not name or nothing, but we're surrounded by a whole bunch of politicians who Rasta can't really breathe in peace, and one side and the next side the Christian, and Jamaica have more churches more than anywhere else in the world. Right. You know, Rasta is just a few in the middle, and you know, easy. But we have to persistent, and we have to just know what we want and go for it, and discreetly too, and humbly. We can't just say yeah, and you know, so it's a long road and a long trod, Rasta. But you know, as a Rasta, we have to still live up to the you know, the responsibility the people have and see. Cause even if you walk out on the street and you see some people and them like them don't recognize you as Rasta, but if you should do something like you said, the other man who is not a Rasta man who free to do those things. If them should see you do that thing, you know, them going to say, boy, I can't believe how the Rasta do that. you see that all the time. So we know, even though it's like them don't see you, there's a certain responsibility where, you know, you have to live up. You have to, them still want to see you live up before them can say, yeah, man, it's a Rasta this. You know, them want to see you try the road still. Right. Because it's not just the ear and the locks. You know, it's a full-time liberty. Full-time liberty, not it. You know?
Truly. Nambo, I have some comments about the I's Chad and Rastafari.
Well, I literally grew up amongst the Rastafari
Right.
religion. And I can tell you, in observation, you have to respect the strength and resilience and the bridge.
Oh.
Because as a youth, you see some of the things I'm talk about. But the police just come out, mash up the drum them and burn the drum them.
Right.
I mean, just drums, musical instrument.
Right.
It was a fight. I used to see the man them live it out and live through it to the point where them enough man have to come bow still. So it really, I always admire that. And that's a memory. All them things they live in me and stay with me.
Right.
So the man who would have that liberty, maintain respect for them throughout. Keep enough of straight that they get out. Even though some fall through the cracks still.
Right.
But I remember at a particular point in time when certain man started trying them got with them firearm. The bridge they make it clear, so watch out, you can't come from the camp with that.
Right.
And man, they have to bow to that.
Mm-hmm.
And we respect them today.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah.
It wasn't a fight or even an argument. The bridge never simply say, look here, we
Wow.
don't deal with that. We don't want that power camp. You can't come doing it. And man, have to deal with it. Because the whole community used to have that kind of respect for them.
Yeah, so the ones would just take the gun and thing and just leave it out the
He then
gate.
left it somewhere.
Yeah,
I don't go up on the camp.
and
And
respect
it was
that
nothing where
tradition.
it feel like if I go up on the camp, I'm not going to hurt him. It wasn't that.
Right.
It's just a respect, a high respect. Sometimes I only my father is a rat still or a bigger brother. Some of us about certain things.
True.
The man himself a certain order.
Mm-hmm.
Where I wish it could have continued, but it looked like it get lost along the way. But they say many are called but chosen are few.
True.
And things have to go in a cycle more time. So-
Right.
so-
Right.
so
So
like-
even this reasoning on the cycle, we back on the cycle, so that's real.
What was in the beginning, so shall it be in the end, man.
Awesome.
Everything have to go through the melting pot,
Everything move, yeah.
Yes, I.
Yo, while we're talking about revolution, on the next level of revolution, we talked at the top of the program that we saw today the transition and passing of Nelson Mandela, a real revolutionary in his time, doing a lot for I in a serious way. Did the Mandem have any comments to address, just any words about Nelson today?
First of all, I like send our condolences to all those loved ones,
The
who
family.
was near and dear, the family and close friends and people worldwide who really love him, truly, and want to show the fact that a lot of us respect the elder because him stand, not just because of him stand up for people, but the way he dealt with it after apartheid. The way we really is like an angel. I mean, a lot of people was even looking for some negative reaction,
A prisoner come.
and,
Right.
and it was about forgiveness,
Yeah.
So like the Honorable Mandela, Mr. Nelson Mandela, and man like the Mahatma Gandhi, Martin Luther, them have them space, brethren, and we have to show respect. Them come here for a reason and come for a purpose. It shows a high level of humility and love for humankind in them people there.
Yeah.
And we have to just really pace it down in our heart, put a stamp in our heart and remember that these people will come special. And we have to, it's good, I invite youths and youths, just like about Marcus Garvey, to read
Right.
the biographies or autobiographies.
Right.
Read about these people, know about them. Patrice Lumumba, all of these people.
Mm-hmm.
Kwame Nkrumah, read about them. Understand yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And know, find your purpose. Find your purpose through this knowledge. It can help you. When you look at these lives, it can really help you to excel, to move to a higher place.
True.
That's the way I see Nelson. Much respect.
Every time. More life, we give thanks. Truly. Yes, and as we've been talking about responsibilities in different ways in different times, I'm seeing I-Taweh in the eye a serious commitment to the responsibility to I global community and works. Of course through the music, but even then beyond that in the musical works, we're seeing with the beneficial reggae. Could you tell us a little bit about Beneficial Reggae and what that project's been?
Yeah, man, Beneficial Reggae is, it's a giving project, just start out of love, innocent, at the school. Kids need, the 8th grade kid need some money to go on them school trip and stuff, and them just couldn't come up with it. And, my kid was in school at the time, and, I got like put on the spot. This man is a musician, and maybe, I was just put on the spot, and then, Adam, from the Fry, he said, yeah, we could do it at my place, and then, we just did Beneficial Reggae for the school and raise them the money they need, and, and it was a good thing, and we just decided to do it again the next year.
Right.
And give the money to African Bird Collective, and the next year to Mother. We just, it's a giving thing, Natty. I still have to come out of my pocket every time when Beneficial Reggae time come around, and I still never break even yet. But as me say, it's a giving thing. I don't know how much longer I can do it because
True. True.
But we still have the intention. Trust me. We still don't know if we're going to have, but we still last minute judge say, all right, do it, and we do it.
Okay.
It's just a vibe, the Natty.
Enough awareness raised and one's talking and reasoning and thing, I'm sure. That's what's up.
Easy. Reggie, I laugh, And the truth still, sometimes I have to just, tell it like it is. Because life is like an open book, We don't have no secrets.
It's a necessary function, what you do there is a necessary function, In more ways than one, It encourages others to take another look on the other side.
Yeah, bring us together too.
It don't take nothing from you. You gain more and they give.
Right.
Kind of blessings of the Almighty cannot be priced. You can't put a price, a tag for that right there. When a man asks you for bread and you give bread, all him get is bread.
Right.
When the Most High touch you, because you give up that bread, it's more than you can ever pay for, man. So them you have to try that.
Yeah, man. Real Rasta, as we say, the Beneficial Reggae, the only artist I can certainly gonna be on it sometime is I, because, and to think about it sometime, I just like, man, what am I doing? For real, because, and it's a good thing, because I still want to play music for the people, even if it's me alone.
True.
Tell the truth. But, we still have to think about all the other things, the kids them have to go to school, and we still can't dig in at them little lunch pan too much, Sometimes we have to take care of them first. For real, because, we have to answer to them. Just like them answer to us, we have to answer to them,
Right.
With certain things, so. Yeah, man, I love, man. We just go on and spread the joy and spread the love and go through,
That's what's up. Well, does I have one final tune for I tonight?
Rasta, we have enough tune, we never know say want no more, but,
Oh, okay.
we can draw something else for the island, man.
Okay.
We just draw something simple.
All right, give thanks.
Nice. Send you off on the journey,
That's what's up.
This one is called Take Care. Kind of we have to take care of ourselves, despite whatever. Yeah, tambourine. Tambourine. Yes, now I don't wanna go where the sun don't shine no more and the breeze don't blow. Tell them I said so. A lot of things where I go on round here, it not so. It not so. Take care of yourself. Life is not all about the hustle and the bustle and fee. Run down wealth, believe me. Take care of your health. Eat well, sleep well, live well. time will tell. Take time for yourself. Your life is for you and no one else. Take care of yourself. But this time, I tell you, I'll be fine. Top of the mountain I've got to climb. The sky is the limit and I've got to try, I see. This time, sometimes I use a little nursery rhyme. Sometimes I use a little nursery rhyme. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Say I don't wanna go where the sun don't shine no more and the breeze don't blow. Tell them I said so. Lot of things where I go around here, it no so. It no so. Believe me, no so. Just take care of yourself. Take care of your health. Woo, yeah. Take time for yourself. Take care of yourself. Yeah, nah, take care of yourself. Yeah, man, we have to take care of ourselves, you know.
Yeah, powerful.
Everything.
That's what's up. Yo, don't need no rehearsal. That one just come nice, you know. Give thanks.
Give thanks. Blessed love and virgin.
Truly.
King
Yo,
Toby,
so we got the we gotta make the listeners them know and really be aware of the tour and the trot that the item are on. First of all though, we waited 7 years for the Overload album to nourish I. Are we gonna be sitting on this one for 7 years?
No, Papa. Right now, tell the truth, you know. The next album done record already, King.
Okay.
And all more than the next album done record already. It's just you know, some little mixing and some little thing.
Wow.
And, you know, so we're not gonna wait 7 years. I tell the truth, it done record from more than a year ago too.
All right.
But you know, everything at just time.
Everything gotta be perfect.
Everything at just time, you know.
That's what's up. Well, we're looking forward to that one, and when we got the new music, we definitely gonna make it down here play.
Yes,
you know
I.
what I mean? So
Yes,
enough thanks.
Give thanks.
Really and truly. So the tour, real quick for ones and ones out there. What, tomorrow night, Friday night, you're gonna be down in Williams, Southern Oregon at Rascals.
Yes, I. Yes,
and
I.
then Saturday, I believe you're up in Seattle.
Yes, I.
Okay.
Culture Yard.
Culture Yard. All
Yes,
right,
I.
that's what's up. And then Monday, back in Portland.
Yes, I.
At the Hawthorne Theater Lounge, it looks like.
Yes,
so
I.
that's what's up.
Yes,
Are there
I.
more shows in the tour after that?
Yes, sir. We have the Ukiah Brew Pub here in California, back in, you know, Ukiah. And we have Willits, the Shaniki Pub in Willits.
Yeah.
So we have, those two also down in Cali.
Cool.
So we're just wrapping up the thing right now, you know. We're on the road for a minute, you know. We've been through Montana, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, you know. So
all the places we heard about in the Rolling Stone.
You see, yes, sir. I mean, you know, as I say, when we try, you know, we see things and it's like, it's so real. That we have to just make music, write it in a song because it could never be more real.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
Real,
Reggae
King.
music's reality music, that's for sure.
Yes, I give thanks. You know?
Yes, King. Give thanks.
Give
Same
thanks
way.
to all the youths and we'll, keep on listening, and listening for the new and listening to the whole still.
Yeah.
King Toby, give thanks to the eye for keep the reggae vibe strong around here too, and all the
Every
brethren.
time.
Vid Bill, the
Mm.
man,
Yeah.
large.
We got Big Up dropping films same way,
Yeah, yes, I just forget the virgin name, but much love to the eye.
Respect to Tyson, that's what's
Tyson,
up.
yes, I.
Yes,
every
King.
time.
Yeah, so for ones that want to find out more about the I-Taweh, where can they find the music, find out about tour dates, all them things?
Yeah, man, you just click on www.I-Taweh.com, website, and on the Facebook, and have topnotmusic@gmail.com.
Right, Top Knot, yeah.
Yeah, with the Twitter, you can find I-Taweh at Pandora Radio also.
Spotify,
so-
all them things. We
Yeah,
can
man.
find it. That's what's
yeah,
up.
the Direct TV and the XFM radio, them
All
still
of
playing
it.
it.
Yeah,
So we
cool.
give thanks, for all the support from all of the ones we play the music, because we can't do this alone. It's never a one-man job. So, we give thanks.
Spell it for them, man.
See.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Taweh.
Yeah, man. I Nambo always I spell it at the right time for the people themselves. So you spell it. Put in the dash,
The one who say I-Taweh,
Yes, I.
So it's I dash
Yes,
Taweh.
I make them know I-Taweh, it come from the word Batawe, like Batawe and down in Ethiopia there.
Right.
So we just put an I instead of Batawe, we say I-Taweh.
Right.
So to
Right.
pronounce it, and we add on the H at the end and thing, we just make it more powerful,
Yeah.
and original. So
True.
I-Taweh.
Give
Blessed.
thanks for that story. I didn't know that fullness. in
Yes,
that.
I.
So
Yes,
we
I.
love that.
Yes,
We
I.
always look in Africa. We always look in Ethiopia.
Yes,
No,
sir.
thanks,
Yes, sir.
truly.
IQ, like my brethren, the man always tried over to Ethiopia and come forward. And, when them come check in at the rehearsal room, them always yell away and say, Batawe.
Wow.
So I just love the name from back then. Know what it means until Bongo Freddy and say, yeah, it mean Rasta, like Ethiopia and thing,
Right.
Batawe hands. It's like Rasta.
Truly. That's what's up. And
Yes, sir.
Nambo, for ones that want to follow up, find out more about the movements the Eye's dealing with these days, how can ones get in touch with you or follow your
Tell
work?
us go Nambo Robinson on Facebook, man. Straight up.
That's the easy way.
Yeah,
All
man,
right.
Easy.
Do we need to spell that one? Nambo
Yes,
Robinson.
yes,
All
sir.
right.
Yeah, man.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
man.
All right, family. Yo, what a joy. The item have any final comments for listeners?
We just want, say to people, them say, stay strong, stay tuned, keep on listening, keep on loving the vibe, because we love the item the same, and, we're going to keep coming around as long as we have strength in the body and play music for the item still, yeah. So, much love, more life.
Every time. Give
Yes,
thanks. Yes, family, that's right. You are in tune to Roots and Culture Radio right here on KWVA Eugene, 88.1 FM, KWVAradio.org, online. Yo, we've been reasoning with I-Taweh, big album, Overload, alongside Nambo Robinson, one of the wickedest trombone players for generations, make me tell you. What a joy it has been. These brethren out on tour, so check the tour dates. Preferably they'll be in your area soon. Before we go, we got another tune for you, tune called Music and Dance.
They say I'm melody, but I'm not mercy. I praise His Majesty every day. They say I'm melody, but I'm not Hesedi. I have LOV in my heart.